Hello. My name is Lani, and today is gonna be interesting. Um, so I was thinking about doing a full moon reading for everyone, like a per sign thing. I think I'm still gonna do that, but um, as in like feeling like when do I want to do that? When do I want to do the full moon reading? When do I want to do the full moon reading? This phrase kept coming up, inner child convos, and I'm just like, okay, so are we doing that? And like, yes, so we're doing that first. So this obviously, as you can tell by the title, this reading is gonna be conversations with your inner child, or like what does your inner child want to tell you at this time? So this is gonna be what your inner child wants to tell you at this time. I just want to let you know that the best way for you to know what your inner child wants to tell you is to look inside you, like really feel inside you, and ask your inner child directly from there, hey, what do you want to tell me? Like that's gonna be the most effective way for you to truly understand or understand what your inner child wants to say. I feel like moving my hands a lot today. However, this can be a good, like, I guess, jumping off point if you think you need that jumping off point, if you don't want to go in cold, like with talking with your inner child. But I just want to tell you that, like, these things, you can look inside yourself and do it with yourself. Like, just get into a meditative state, do something that will clear your mind, and then let the voice of your inner child come through. If you don't want to do that directly just yet, then I thank you for clicking onto this reading and and letting me read, letting me tap into like what your inner child wants to tell you. See what your inner child wants to tell you. Anyway, I just want to say that if you want to work with me, the links will be in the description down below. So just check that out. If you want to work with me one-on-one, that's where to check it all out. And yeah, let's get into the reading. I'll see you in your reading. Okay, so here are your piles. Sorry for the shaky camera. Here are your piles. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Take some time to meditate on the cards. You can pause this video and really ask your inner child, hey, what do you want to tell me today? And then choose the pile or piles that you feel resonates the most with you. And I will see you in your pile or piles. See you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Hello. So as you can see, I don't have your cards yet. I'm just gonna shuffle as we move along. I'm starting with this deck first. We got 3 cards. Just to have a visual. The reason why I'm starting with these cards instead of the tarot is because I'm gonna do the tarot next, but I want to start with a visual of what your inner child wants to tell you, because your inner child is from 0 to I don't know what age, like young. So they may be speaking in non-verbal languages. That's why I want to start with more of the visual cards. We'll see. We'll have the sand. I honestly don't know what I'm anyway, but that's what I felt when I hit record. So we have the power. That's gonna be the format for all the readings. And then we have the fly. Well, one, what I'm getting here, because they're they're being they're being asked to be read as a whole. Like That's what tarot is, right? We just read it as a whole. We can read the cards individually, but then we can also read them as a whole, as an entire story. Now, what I'm getting here is that this image of you standing in the sand, and you're trying so hard to get out of the sand, or to get out of this to get out of a situation, to get out of this sand. Like thinking about quicksand, right? The more you power through getting out of quicksand, the more that's just not gonna work for you. Okay? Instead, the way to do it is to fly without wings. Is to use, like, move with the flow of it, and use the flow of the sand to your advantage so you can get yourself out. Like, that's what I'm getting from these three cards. The fact that they said hello all together. So basically, what your inner child wants to say is that you're probably making things a bit too hard for yourself when you could just make things easier by playing to your strengths, is what I'm getting here. Like, the power is both you trying to power through it, using your strength, using your physical strength to power through it, but it's just not working. And it also means, like, really tapping into your inner power, the things that come easy for you. Like, what comes easy for you, you're gonna want to figure that out. And I think your inner child knows exactly what is easy for you. So if you can really, like, go in and be like, hey, inner child, what's easy for us? Or maybe remember when you were a child, what things came easy for you. And in this time of in our society, wherein we are sort of always asked for, what's your credentials on this, what's your credentials on that, how did you become so good at this, where's your degree, where's your certification, blah 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 blah. We have things that we're good at simply because we're good at them, right? Like, that's the whole thing. Some people are really good with numbers. Some people are really good at, adding and subtracting and doing all of the math in their head. And it's just like, you didn't get that from anywhere. You're just really good at numbers. You're just really good at understanding numbers and looking at all of the numbers and understanding what's going to happen with them. There are some people who are like that. Some people who are really, really good at their art. They know their art style. So many things. We're each good at something. Now, we don't really need certification to have as proof of being good at them, right? That's what I'm getting at. So maybe you're just making things too hard for yourself, and the easier path for you is to just, like, how do I say this? Yeah, just play with your strengths, play with your natural strengths. What are you actually good at? What are you kind of not good at? It's also a good thing to look at, because when you're not good at something, you know when to ask for help with that thing, or you also know what to improve on. Like, if you're not good at numbers, for example, then you ask someone for help, someone who's good at numbers, or someone who is two more or someone who is who's naturally good at numbers, someone who's, like accountants and things like that. Or you can also or you can also start studying on how to be better at numbers. Maybe not to a degree that an accountant is, but just enough for you to make sense of everything in your life. That's just an example. But anyway, that's what I'm getting there. I'm gonna get the tarot now. One more. See, let's see. I'm asking for one more. Okay, just them. Okay, so we have 3 cards, and again, it's the playing to your strengths. We have the same. The King of Wands showed up. So again, playing to your strengths, and with the 9 of Coins also is being grateful for what you have, being grateful for the strengths that you have. Okay, I'm getting that some of you may be in like a degree, getting into a degree or getting into a job, or trying to fight your way into an industry that is just not for you. I'm just getting that for some people. And the message here is more of play to your strengths. Maybe getting into the thing because someone else told you that that's the good thing to do, or that's the most logical thing for you to be in. That's where the money is. That's where, we've heard these conversations before. So your inner child is telling you, hey, you're actually good at something that you can use. If you want to use this to make money, if you want to enter this industry, we're good at this. Maybe it's time to explore it instead of trying to fight your way through something that you cannot just get, and you can't just, it's just not good for you to be here and be like, why am I just not good at this? If I can just work harder, if I can just study harder, if I can just do better, if I'm just a better person, if I can just do this better, blah 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 blah. Like, you're beating yourself down over something that maybe you're just not really good at. And I'm not saying this to say that, and I'm not saying this to be like, give it up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you're ignoring a pretty big part of you by trying to fit yourself into this mold that I don't know if you're really going to fit into, because that mold is just not for you. Right? Like I don't fit into a corporate mold. Like, I used to want it because I thought that was the right thing to do. And then when I started to when I went on like internships and things like that, like I'm okay at it. I'm pretty okay at, working in merchandising or production, working like in a company. But I knew that it just wasn't for me. And I tried to apply for jobs. I went on interviews. It just wasn't for me. And the sooner that I accepted that, I really tried applying for jobs, like corporate jobs. But the sooner the sooner I accepted that I really wasn't gonna be the person for a corporate job, I shifted into, like, I didn't know what I was gonna do, so I was just like, okay, what am I good at? I'm pretty okay at making clothes, so I used to make clothes, and now I'm like tapping into this, which I feel like I'm also pretty okay at. I think I'm pretty okay at doing what I'm doing right now, and it's just flowing. It's easier for me. It's more easeful for me. That's the thing. It's more easeful for me. Me talking about ease just when last night I was writing about ease. So yeah, you may just be making things more difficult for yourself by denying the things that you're actually good at. And then we also have the 7 of Coins, by the way. So we also have the 7 of Coins, which is talking about I'm seeing like they're making a pact here, like a pact, PACT, make a promise with each other there, and that is like a foundation of the relationship, right? So Seven of Coins is all about planting seeds, or making these promises with yourself that you're gonna work on these things. Perhaps perhaps it's time to start revisiting these promises that you made to yourself when you were younger, or the promises that, you know, the promises your inner child continues to keep for you. Because I feel like there's lots of important information there for you in the promises that, even if it's just the most like mundane, or not, like zero consequence of promises. Like if you promised yourself that you would go to the amusement park when you were younger, then maybe it's time for you to do it now. If you promised yourself that you would write a storybook when you were younger, maybe it's time to work on it now. Okay? I hope you're seeing where I'm going with this. Just look into the promises that you made to yourself when you were younger. It's like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. We used to have such simple dreams, right? And we promised ourselves really simple things when we were younger. Maybe it's time to revisit that and make them come true now, because there's something there. There's something there. I really didn't expect that this would take like a really serious turn, but here we are. So there, I'm just gonna continue with life purpose cards. So this is why the life purpose cards wanted to be in this reading. Okay, like, see, like I told you in the beginning and like the intro, this, I really didn't know what I wanted to do with this reading, but this wanted to come up. So if it's just for you, pal, one that this wanted to come up, I'm happy that I got to read this message. What's this? Travel. Your life purpose involves traveling. Maybe you've been wanting to travel. I was thinking about that. You visit, like, if you promised yourself that you would go somewhere, if you have the capacity right now to do it, then do it. If I'm just gonna finish my thought here. If you have promised yourself that you would travel somewhere, then now is the time to fulfill that promise to yourself. If you don't have like the financial capacity to travel to where you want to travel to just yet, just make sure that you're putting it in the books for you. Make sure you're making it a priority to go to this place. Okay? So we also have heart's desires. Ano ba itong mga... The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. Oh, what did I say? Your heart's desires. You have tinapon. You have things that you've been wanting to do. You have things that you've been wanting to achieve, and maybe you're just making things harder for yourself by not making them happen. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna get to two of these. So before, like, as I'm getting these cards, I just want to say that it's gonna be like following through after you watch this video, after you watch your pile, or piles if you chose more than one. After you watch this, I really recommend that you take some time to sit with yourself and to listen to your inner child on the specifics of this, because obviously this is a pick a card reading. It's general for a lot of people. So one more, please. Ooh, I saw the okay, I'm just gonna finish my thought. So yeah, this is a general reading for a lot of intended for a lot of people. So obviously you don't have any specifics here. Excuse me. I would truly recommend that you follow up, like journaling, or I feel like journaling would be a good thing for you to just clear your mind, clear your mind of all of the clutter, clear your mind of everything that you're thinking about right now, and then ask your inner child, hey, what do you want to tell me? And then you can free flow write it, or if you want to write it down, or you want to write down bullet notes, or you just want to have a conversation, really sit down with yourself and just talk with your inner child. That would be, I feel, very, very beneficial for you, because there's a lot here that you may need to unpack. Okay. Excuse me. The first one that is here is I'm sorry. Defenselessness, writing past wrongs, uprooting. There. So, yeah. I feel like a part of you is saying that is sorry to your inner child for not being able to protect your dreams during the time, like when you were growing up, which I think is, it is all of us. Like, we're very, very impressionable when we're younger, and we see things, we hear things, like society tells us things, our parents, our teachers, they tell us things that may be very different from what we wanted, but because as humans we have this innate tendency to fit in with the tribe. We you in particular may have let go of, like, seriously let go of a lot of the dreams that you have, or a lot of the desires that you had when you were younger. So just, again, I would really recommend that you follow through on this by having an actual sit down one-on-one conversation with your inner child. If you have tarot cards, you can also, do that as well. Or if you have another way, if you want to draw, if you have another way of expressing, letting your inner child express themselves, that would be good for you, so that you can explore this more. But yeah, I'm sorry. There's there's an apology that is waiting to be said. I feel like your inner child's like, I'm waiting for your apology. But also, like, they're kind of sorry that this is just coming up now. Starkeeper, cosmic ancestors, see the light by staying grounded. There. So some of you may be having, like, maybe keeping very important information for the collective. For some of you there, I'm not gonna say this is for everyone, but yeah, so for some of you, the heart's desires, the things that are coming easy for you may be related to the information that you have that is important to share with the collective. So yeah, Starkeeper, Starseeds, if you the birds are outside and they're conversing, so that's a message for you, lots of them anyway. Okay, so that's something there for you, for the Starseeds. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm thinking if I want to get charms or something, but I feel like this is good enough. I'm good with this. I hope you are. And again, I really, really, truly recommend that you follow through on this conversation with your inner child, so that you go with where is easy, where is more easeful for you to be in, and maybe there's something there. Okay, thank you so much for watching pile 1. I hope that you I hope this helps. Like, that's the, I hope this helped you. Yeah, the comment section is yours down below. Let me know if you have anything that you want to tell me, anything that you want to share, how you got this reading, how this reading hit you. I hope it hit you in the right places. And then if you want to work with me, if you can work with me through tarot ways or non-tarot ways. So everything is going to be in the description as well, along with the links to my social media profiles where you can connect with me if you do want to connect with me through social media. See what's happening in my life sometimes. But there, that's it for me, for you, Palman. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye. Hello, Pal 2. So we are here for your inner child reading. I'm not gonna start with the tarot. I'm gonna start with this deck because I realized I was just testing it with Pal 1, but now now I know the flow. So your inner child inner child starts from 0, like being a child, like starts from 0 up until child years. I don't know when becomes adult, but anyway. So your inner child may want to communicate with you through non-verbal ways first. So I want to get just a visual of what they wanna say. So I'm gonna get a card here if they want to get me a card here for Pal 2, and then we're gonna start the reading. Aha, the illusion. Ooh. You may be. Are we good here? Okay, we're good here. I'm sorry. I thought. Aba. The illusion. You may be neck deep in an illusion that is. It's an illusion. It's a lie. It's doing nothing but to make your life harder by being in this illusion, which is so interesting because I just saw a video on Instagram that is like so the person showed 2 circles, one red and one blue, one bright blue and then one red, like not even bright red, just normal red. And then he said, okay, so contrary to what you think, the circles are not the same size. And then he continued to say that actually they were the same size, and because of that thing, because of what the person said, what he said, that it wasn't the same size, all of the people in the room that he was talking to was cut off from their natural instinct to the same size circle, and then changed their views to conform to what he said, that it wasn't the same size. At the end of it, it was the same size. And when you tell a lie long enough, when you repeat a lie long enough, it becomes culture, it becomes tradition. I think that's what he said basically. And it's just so interesting that I saw that video before doing this reading, which I didn't know anything about what was gonna come through with this reading. So you may be neck deep in this illusion, in this web of lies. I just want to see. I just want to show you pala. Show you pala, hindi pala see. I just want to show you that it's a very intricate. It's a very intricate web of lies that has been woven for a very, very long time, and maybe right now you're realizing something's not right. Maybe right now you're starting to something's, you may start to feel that something's not right, but you can't just pinpoint where it is, because you've been told to believe for a very long time that this is true, this is fact. Okay, and now is not the time to be to look into who told you this lie, because I'm willing to bet that the people who told you this lie, this illusion, the intricate webs of the illusion, the one who who enforced that upon you are also people who were just told the same thing. Okay, so like now is not the time to be like, you told me this is a lie, and I don't like you, or I hate you for telling me this lie. What is the truth? Because odds are they may not know what the truth is either. Okay, but you watching this right now, your inner child is telling you what you may have known all this time, that there is something wrong with the illusions, that there is something wrong with this narrative that they have been telling you for how many years. And now is the time to break it. Now is the time to start questioning. Okay, so the way to break illusions, the way to break this intricate web of lies that we have been told as as a society, this is huge. Or just you, is to start questioning it. If you can't, if you don't know who to trust right now with being open with these things, like, then it's time to do a bit of digging on your own, and also just looking in with your inner child and like, hey, what do you know about this, inner child? Right? What does your inner child know about this? Because your inner child, very, very wise, and they know a lot. Okay, so it's like, what did we believe in? You can ask your inner child, follow through with this conversation after it's done. You can follow through and be like, hey, what did you know, or what do you feel is true about this, or how did you want to behave, how did you want to act, how did you want to respond to this thing? How did we want to do this when we were younger? And chances are you will find an answer that is very much resonant with your truth, and resonant with how you feel about the illusion. Because I feel like, seeing this card, I feel like it's not just more of the typical illusions of get this job because that makes more money, that makes you stable, that makes you a better person, to have this job. Maybe it's a little bit more than that. And yeah, I'm just really getting that you just, my advice for you, aside from, talking with your inner child about this and being like, hey, how do we respond to this? How did you want to respond to this? Is to turn off everything that you believe, that you feel perpetuates the illusion, perpetuates the lie. So if you want to turn off your news, then go ahead. 2 more, please. Yeah, if you want to turn off the news, if you want to maybe just take a break from talking to certain people, that might be good for you. But yeah, that's what I'm getting there. Okay, one more. See, I didn't have any idea that the readings would be would be this deep. Hindi pa. One more. Okay. Okay, so we have the Emperor right there. We have the Six of Swords. Sobrang lapit ba? Sorry. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So what this is really saying, what these 3 cards are telling me is that, yes, remember that you are the emperor of your life. You get to make the decisions for yourself. You get to create the rules that you play into, that you follow, and you get to decide which rules of society you're gonna play with and participate in or not. And you get to decide how you want to play the rules, how you want to navigate this whole thing. Because now you're like, I'm pretty sure that this is a lie. I'm pretty sure that that one's a lie. I'm questioning this bit, that bit. And it's really good to keep a healthy amount of skepticism with these things, especially with things that you don't really know if it's the truth or not. And especially like personally, just on a personal level, like since last year I've been feeling a lot of these like illusions being broken for me, and now I'm just at the point wherein I don't really want to commit to believing any sort of, just because I'm questioning whether this is true. It doesn't mean that I'm like, oh, so this is the one that's true. I'm just keeping a healthy amount of, oh, but what if that is true? What if we've been made to believe that A is A, A is something, but what if the other is true? What if that is not true? Or like, just think about it. I'm gonna sit down, come like there. And then, just know that you get to decide how you want to play the rules, and you get to decide how you want to live your life. And with the Six of Swords and the Ace of Wands, I'm seeing that things are gonna be easier for you, like having more inspiration, going to where you feel that you need to go, where your soul is telling you, where your inner child is telling you, where you would like to go. Figuring that out and figuring out ways on how to do that is going to be easier for you when you start to really own your power. Start to really own your power and be like, I'm not playing that by that rule anymore because I know better now. And then how do you want to play the rules? How do you want to play the game? That's going to be the interesting part of it, right? So getting inspiration, starting to do these things and moving forward, going into the version of you that is, I guess so much better. like living a much better life than maybe you are right now, like going to where you want to go. I feel like that's going to be easier for you once you start to be like, I don't need to be a slave to the system. I don't need to be a slave to the system. I don't need to be, I don't need to play, I don't need to follow every single rule so that maybe I can win a prize. And then I can just decide what prize I want and I can just get it by myself. And you can see a lot of people, playing that way. You can see a lot of people playing that way. And then you can see them winning. And then you're like, what? Right? So yeah, that's something really great. And I feel like it's starting with the things that you're doing in order to fulfill yourself. I feel like, you start there. You start with the ace. You start with the ace. So it starts with doing the things that, to fulfill yourself. Okay. How do you fulfill yourself? How do you fill your life with the good things? Whether it's career related or not, whether it's related to how you make money or not, just the ways in which you fulfill yourself. Like if you've been told over and over again that this diet is the best for you, but you're not getting any results, or maybe you're seeing your body getting worse, maybe you need to try that other thing that you've been seeing a lot of people are, getting really good at. Okay. So before I get to the first card here, the second card that came up is leadership, which is really like with the Emperor. So there's something that again, I would truly highly suggest that you follow through in this conversation with your inner child, like one-on-one. I feel like you're meant to be a leader of something. And it's up to you to break, from you breaking the illusion of what you've believed in for so long, and then you finding you getting results from you getting very, very good results from doing the thing that broke, that helped you break the illusion. You're meant to do something beautiful with that. And you may be, taking on a leadership role relating to that, or this can just say that you're taking back the leadership of your own life and you're not ascribing to societal rules anymore, right? You're leading yourself. And then the first card that came up is yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. So this can be related to your relationship with your body, like I said about the eating lifestyle. Maybe you've been working hard, working out too much, like weights and all of that, which is beautiful. But also maybe your body is craving for something a bit more flowy and easeful rather than that. And then we also have talk to your angels. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. So there. Again, which is why I'm highly, highly recommending that you to follow through on this with a conversation with your inner child, like one-on-one. Maybe you'll achieve it through movement. Maybe you can try a 30-minute yoga on YouTube, yoga session on YouTube, and then you can see, from there you'll be able to feel what your inner child wants to say. Maybe you've been doing all of this working out, and then one of the things that you're actually like, one of the ways in which your inner child actually wants to achieve like health is through yoga, or through being a yogi, a yoga instructor, or something like that. I don't know, but there is this illusion that is breaking for you, and it's time for you to really, like what the leadership card says here, take charge of this situation. Take charge of this situation and be the leader of your own life. Create your own rules and live by your own rules, and notice how the universe rearranges itself to be able to what did I say? Like how the universe like rearranges itself to be able to make everything happen for you. There's something there. Okay, so we have the first one here is double mission. Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. See there. Basically, this is it. Serve the world by being you. Do not ascribe to the illusions anymore. Don't subscribe to them anymore. Opt out. You can opt out of these illusions that you were made to believe when you were younger. Just because you believe them when you were younger doesn't mean that they're right. Okay? It doesn't mean that following them is what's best for you. It just means you just knew them for a very long time. But now, you're being called to be you. To take back leadership of your own life. Emperor and the leadership card. And then, serve the world by being you. And then we also have cracked open. Rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Learning that everything you knew was probably a lie, that's hard. Okay? Trust in this process. Trust in the alchemy. Surrender to the alchemy of life. Trust in this process that you're being led to by all of these revelations. Okay? And, you're being led to somewhere beautiful at the end of the day. And again, I'm going to end the reading here, but I just want to emphasize again that I would highly recommend following through on this with your inner child, like for the specifics, what the illusion is, what's the specifics about the illusion, how can you take charge of your own life. You know, your inner child has a lot of wisdom, so I would truly highly recommend that you follow through with the conversation with them. Okay, so again, I'm ending your reading here. Thank you so much, Pal2. I hope this helped you. I truly hope it does. And what am I gonna say? Oh yeah, comments. If you want to share your stories, if you want to see anything regarding the reading, comments are open for you. They're the space for you to express yourself, so they're there down below. Please be kind there. And then yeah, I would reply as well. And also, if you want to work with me, so you can work with me through tarot ways and also through non-tarot ways. So everything is in the description down below. You can just check them all out. And then also down there is the links to my social media profile. So if you want to follow me there, if you want to connect with me through social media, Instagram, I'm there most of the time. So you can just connect with me through there. Okay, so I will end the reading here again. Thank you so much, Pal2, for staying and for receiving the messages. I hope that you receive them well. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hello, Pal3. So here we are. Here's the last file. Here is the reading for you. I'm just about to get the cards. So I'm not going to start with the tarot. I'm going to start with these cards, actually. My Sakura cards. So we're talking to your inner child, right? And the inner child is from 0 to, I don't know how old, but it's like child age. So they may want to communicate with you non-verbally, so through images. And this is one of my decks that's just like showing images. So that's why I want to get this first before we get to the tarot, to be like, well, I guess the tarot has images as well, but this is just like this one, the song, the voice. Akala ko the song, sorry. Do we want to get one more? We got 3 more. Okay. So we have the voice, we have the thunder, we have the shadow, and then we have the maze. Oh. This is a very interesting combination. The first hit that I thought that I got is to use your shadow as a compass to get out of the maze. So you may be treating your seeing the thunder here and getting this image of you may be being too violent with your shadow side, and your shadow side may be where your inner child is. Maybe that's where they're kind of playing as well, I'm getting here. Yeah, because like with the voice here, like they're trying. Here's the thing, okay. Your shadow side is a part of you. Your shadow side, our shadow, is where. What is the shadow? The shadow is literally the a part of you that the light doesn't hit. So when you're hit by a light, behind it is a shadow. And what am I getting at? And what I'm getting here basically is that your inner child is trying to tell you, hey, there's something here. There's something in this area that the light doesn't touch. There's something here in the place that you don't want to look at. A key that helps you get out of these confusing times. If only you would look. If only you would try a little flashlight on it and try to integrate it into your system. Because there's something very powerful here that you're not using. The thunder here, I'm seeing this as two things, right? One is how you're treating your shadow, or your, you can call it also the negative tendencies that you have. You're seeing this and being like very violent towards it, but this can also be part of your superpower. But you just don't know how to navigate it yet, because right now all that you're feeling when it comes to feeling your negative emotions, or like when the shadow part of you gets tapped and like triggered, you're only feeling the negative emotions from it right now. What your inner child is telling you is that follow the voice of your inner child, and being like, where do you want to explore? Where are you feeling like you want to explore right now? What parts of you are you feeling like you want to explore right now? There's something there. It's probably your shadow parts, the parts of you that you don't really see or hear, or maybe you're just downright ignoring, right? But yeah, I'm just getting that your shadow, like the things that you're ignoring about yourself, has very important keys that will help you navigate this maze, the confusing times that you're in, or navigate this very, I feel like you're in an important stage of your life, like just you're nearing a breakthrough, and a huge part of being able to get to that breakthrough is by integrating the parts of you that you don't really even like. So, the thing that I'm getting the most is like your jealousy. The thing that I'm getting most. A lot of you may be feeling jealous, or like you're ignoring when you're feeling jealous. You're like, I shouldn't be feeling jealous, but why am I feeling jealous? But I'm just gonna ignore my jealousy. Feel it. What is it trying to tell you? There is information there. There's something that is wanting to be said from there, from that place. If only you would just look. If only you would just listen. Okay? So your jealousy, your anger, the card just rolled down. Okay? The jealousy, the anger, the highly competitive side of you. I used to be like, I have this tendency where, like, even in the smallest things, I can be like super highly competitive, because I don't like losing. Because for me, losing is like feeling very worthless. So I really took time to allow myself to lose and to be okay with losing. Like, I remember there was this bowling, like our family went to like a bowling thing. Is just us, just family, and I was really I was not making it a goal for me to do good at it. Like, as long as I did it, if it hit, yay. If not, yay. Like, I would laugh at myself. Like, and I was super uncomfortable that day. I remember like being super uncomfortable. But at the end of it, I really, became more comfortable with losing, and I really became more comfortable with not being good, or not having this, not projecting this image of being good at everything. And maybe maybe that story is for someone to hear as well. So there, that is the picture that I'm getting. Integrate your shadow by looking at it. Just look at the things that you usually wouldn't want to look at when you're feeling sad. Okay, here's usually what happens, right? we're feeling sad, or we're feeling sad, or we're feeling angry, and our almost like a first instinct is to suppress it, because that's a bad emotion. That's what we learned, right? That anger or sadness or jealousy or um, losing, and being bitter about things, that those are bad things. You shouldn't feel them. Suppress, suppress, suppress. And then what happens? The more that you suppress, you don't let it flow, the more that the cup fills until there is no choice but for it to explode. And when it explodes, you don't like it when it explodes, because you know your tendencies when all of your emotions just bleh, spill it all over everything and everyone. You get triggered by the littlest thing, and that makes your cup explode, that makes your stores explode, and then you just lash it out on that person who just bumped into you on the street. And then you think it's their problem, but really it's you and your incapacity to probably process your emotions, because you really don't like looking at them. You really don't like looking at them because they're negative, and you were taught that you shouldn't feel sad. You shouldn't feel sad. You shouldn't feel angry. Why are you so jealous? I hope that I'm not triggering anyone too much. But if you are getting triggered by my words, I would highly, highly recommend that you look into them, because they have solutions for you. They have wisdom for you to hear. Okay? So there, I don't know how many times I can twist and, I don't know in how many ways I can deliver the same message. So I'm gonna move on. Since I already have the tarot here, we have the Hermit. I'm stretching my other leg. We have the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So I was looking at the Ace of Cups when you were talking about the, filling up with all the negative emotions and then just explode. I'm getting here. Like, really, make it a priority to take care of yourself. Okay? Make it a priority to take care of yourself, and make sure that you are filling yourself with, encouraging thoughts and encouraging affirmations. And when you feel negative emotions, allow yourself to feel them, and allow yourself you're strong enough to feel your anger. You're strong enough to feel your jealousy. You're strong enough to feel all of your emotions. Okay? You're strong enough to feel them. And also just really make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Integrating all of these things, it's gonna be hard work. Okay? It's gonna be super hard work. And so, when you decide, like, okay, I want to feel my anger today, it's gonna take a lot. Like, it's gonna feel overwhelming to suddenly start feeling all of your emotions. Make sure you are making, you have different ways of taking care of yourself. Okay, so like I was, so when you decide to start feeling your emotions, when you decide to start, feeling and processing them in their rawness, it's gonna feel very, very overwhelming. Okay, we have the Hermit here, so this is basically saying that you would want to take really some time, and they kind of look the same. The Hermit and the Shadow card, really take some time to be like, to really get to know your emotions, and to really get to know yourself on a deeper level. Like, who are you when no one's looking? Who are you when the lights are off and you're with yourself and just by yourself, right? Really exploring yourself from there, and then make sure that you have these ways of taking care of yourself, ways of taking care of your body, so that you don't kind of just make sure you have practices that will help you alchemize your emotions, and that can help you how do I say this? That can help you transform it. That can help you move your emotions around and then out of your body, because it's gonna be very challenging if you just try to do it on your own without like, okay, when I start to feel this, I'm gonna walk. Okay, make sure you just list down a couple of things that you remember, that when things are hard or when processing things are difficult, you know that you can do. So that can be like, again, like walking, doing something with your body is something very, very good. You can journal it out. Even when your hand hurts, journal it out. And then with the Knight of Swords, I'm just getting that there is a lot of movement that is waiting for you when you start to integrate these things. Like, you're gonna feel lighter. You're gonna feel lighter. You're gonna feel better about yourself. You're gonna feel like you want to move and do a lot of things. And that's you really, navigating the maze and following your own inner voice, because it's not so suppressed anymore. Okay, so there we have body work. Your life purpose involves body work such as massage therapy, energy healing, physical therapy, or exercise training. So what did I say? Your body is gonna be like, body work is gonna be one of your biggest weapons to alchemize your emotions and to really integrate your shadow side, integrate the parts of you that you're not really seeing. It's like when you try to stretch, or you try to move your body, and then like you realize that you're kind of stretching muscles that you didn't even know you had. That's kind of like what I'm getting there. Like just testing everything and being like, wait, I have this muscle, and then it's so sore since you try to stretch it for the first time, and it's like, no, not working. But then the more that you stretch it, the more that it moves with you. So I'm just getting one more card here. This is it. Builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. There you go. Hi. Ooh, I just got something like with this builder card. Maybe you're like navigating someone else's maze, but maybe you're navigating someone else's maze, but maybe you're meant to build your own. Maybe you're not meant to go by how other people are doing it and just do it on your own way. And the reason why you're having so much pent up like resentment or negative emotions is because you're trying to fit in so much instead of just using your own voice and using your own emotions and your own wisdom as like the compass to solving the maze. Maybe that's where all of the negative like pent up emotions are coming from as well. And then the realization, it's just two, and then the realization of how, hey, I can integrate all of my negative emotions and like do things my own way. Like that's gonna be super healing for you, and you can build your own beautiful life through that. Okay, and then we have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So maybe, yeah, spontaneous awakening. you're being kind of, look at your shadow. You're like, look at this, look at that, ha, look at your jealousy, look at your anger, look at your resentment. It's a trippy ride. It's really trippy. And then also portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, wild card. Yeah, there you go. Doors are opening for you. And that's all that I got to say. So at the end of it, at the end of it, it's time to really listen to your voice as a whole, not just listen to the parts of like the the parts of your voice that are saying wonderful things, but also parts of your voice that are saying the nasty things that you try to tend to ignore. There's something there. There's wisdom there. And like I said with the other piles, I really, really highly recommend that you follow through on this conversation with your inner child by talking with your inner child one-on-one, talking with your inner child one-on-one. And you can practice your body work methods or body work tools here. You can journal, you can move your body, see what your inner child wants to tell you, see what's coming up in the next couple of days, and see see what's coming up for you, like what emotions are coming up for you. Likely that is something that you would really want to process as the days go by. Okay, so yeah, just have a conversation with your inner child. Maybe ask them, hey, what am I not seeing? What's this shadow thing that you're wanting to tell me? What am I not seeing? And then again with the hermit, maybe just try to not have too much input from the outside, and try to let your inner child, try to let your shadow and your inner child and your inner voice talk to you. I would suggest, even just like if you're the type of person who likes to listen to a lot of music, try to not listen to a lot of music and just listen to instrumentals and things like that, so that you can allow your inner voice to really speak with you. Or just try not listening to anything at all. Try not to watch anything. Just be with yourself, and then be with your practices, journaling, body work. There's something there. Okay? So with that, I am ending your reading here, Pal 3. Thank you so much for watching and for going through this message with us. I hope that you received the message well, and I hope that this message helps you in any way. If you would like to leave a comment, share your thoughts, share your experiences, especially if this is starting to come up for you, you can let me know via the comment section. I would love to hear your stories and then also reply with you as well. And then if you want to work with me, you can work with me through tarot ways and non-tarot ways. The way to do that is to check the links that are in the description, and right there as well is my social media links. If you want to connect with me through social media, the links are right there. And yeah, that's it. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for everything that you'll be able to do and to create as you integrate the entirety of yourself into yourself. If that makes sense. I'm so excited for you. I hope you enjoy this reading. I hope you have a wonderful day, Pauti, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.